Okay, thanks for joining us, guys. We'll start now with Coach. We'll go ahead and let him open with a comment, and then we'll get to questions. Raise your hand if you got them.
Well, I'm very pleased with the effort that our players played with today, the toughness. We had a lot of respect for Texas A&M's team. They were a ranked team, so we knew it would be a difficult game, but our guys persevered, overcame some adversity, especially when we got ahead 14-0, and they tied it up 14-14, where, we give up a big play for a touchdown and then a turnover, and they get another touchdown, very quickly in the game. But our guys stayed the course and kept competing in the game. So, and that's really what we wanted to do is, try to, keep playing in a game and try to play for 60 minutes. And I thought we did that. Now, there's a lot of things that we need to clean up. We made some mental errors on defense that led to big plays, whether they were alignments, not adjusting the motion correctly. But we got a couple turnovers. We had a pick six for a touchdown, made some big plays, got some fourth down stops when we needed to stop drives. I know time of possession was a little lopsided because we didn't get off the field on third down well enough, allowed them to keep the ball. And, we made a lot of big plays on offense, so we didn't have the ball very long. But the way they played us, we have to utilize the skill guys that we have and take shots. And they were up there stopping the run. Their safeties were very aggressive. So I thought we did a good job of adjusting to that in the game and making some big plays. And obviously, the receivers, John Mechie and Jalen Waddle and Smitty all played, really, really well. And I thought Mac played really well in the game and, kept his poise and, didn't get affected by the tip ball interception and just did a really good job. So all in all, this is a great win for us. We had a lot of respect for this team, so I'm kind of proud of our players for what they did. I think in 24 hours, though, I think we need to go to work on what we need to improve on because there's a lot of things to clean up.
Okay, we'll go with Tony Sukalis first. If you've got a question, please raise your hand.
Yeah, Nick, I just wanted to know what was your thoughts of Daniel Wright and his ability to kind of bounce back after a tough start?
Well, he made a big play. It's always great to get an interception when you're playing DB. To run it back for a touchdown is even, greater. He missed that tackle on the sidelines, and we do sideline tackle all the time. And I just didn't like the way he approached and finished, and should have got the guy out of bounds, and he didn't. But bigger than that, we made a big mental error on the play that allowed them to make the play that they made. So, it was a double whammy. But, D. Wright is a playmaker, but he's also a guy that has to really stay focused on doing his job. And that's something that we're going to continue to work on.
Okay, we'll go to Brett Hudson.
Coach, what do you think you got out of your defensive front on the line today?
They got you spread out, quite a bit. We had a lot of respect for their passing game, a lot of respect for their quarterback. They also run some quarterback runs. And I thought the way we played the game was kind of how we needed to play it. If we could eliminate some of the big plays that came, several of them on mental errors, I think, we'd have played better. I think if we have to play better on third down. We've got to be able to get off the field on third down. And, but I thought the front did a good job. I thought the front did a pretty good job of pressuring the quarterback. We only lost contain, one time today. Kellen didn't run all over the lot like he did last year against us. They pushed the pocket well. They affected him some. I thought we did a good job of executing the pressures that we had. We had a tough time covering the tight end, who I think is an outstanding player, maybe one of the better tight ends in the country. A lot to fix, but I thought the front did a reasonably good job in the game today.
Okay, we'll go to Michael Casagrande with AL.com.
You talked about running backs and tight ends. I know they caught two of the top receivers were running backs and tight ends. I know last week it was a running back who caught the touchdown against you. What do you think it is about running backs, tight ends in that passing game?
Well, when you make mental errors, when you don't cover them, that's a problem. When they have a good player that's a tight end, that's a problem. So, But I thought we did a pretty good job of covering our other guys when we had to play man-to-man. But 85 was a problem for us. But, if you talk to those people, they'll tell you they think he's one of the best players in the country. And he certainly, showed that today. I mean, it wasn't like we weren't all over the guy. He's just a big body guy that can catch the ball. We actually busted the coverage, at the end when the back, caught the ball when they went to empty. Number 0 was a receiver last year. All right, so we're in nickel personnel, and Dylan gets matched up on him. So we were going to double 85 on the play, but when they went to empty, we shouldn't have doubled 85. All right, so we left Dylan kind of out to dry. So just a lot of mental errors, not necessarily anything physically that is an issue or a problem. And the guy's a really good player, so we have to play better against them. We had a pressure up the middle. Dylan was Christian Harris is going to get a sack. The defensive end's supposed to peel the guy, doesn't peel him. They, catch a ball in the flat for 9 yards. I mean, that's mental. It's not physical. It's not like we can't do it. We're just not doing it correctly.
We'll go to James Ogletree.
Yeah, Coach, you had a couple more offensive penalties again today. Does it concern you at all that your offense has such big playability that they can get themselves out of that? Do you have any concern about complacency and an attitude of, it doesn't matter because we can dig ourselves out of it?
Well, I think that the players realize that it matters, and I think that we're going to continue to work to make sure that they know that it matters, and we're going to do everything that we possibly can to eliminate those penalties. The whole idea was to come out and reestablish the tempo of the game in the second half, and I think we get 3 penalties in the first series that we had the ball. So that's very disappointing. And it's something that we need to fix, especially the pre-snap penalties. I mean, there's no excuse for it. That's total lack of focus. And, the fact that we make big plays and, convert some of those situations when you play really good teams, not always going to be able to do that. And I think the players realize that. They got to know that, and they got to know the importance of getting it fixed.
We'll go to Chris Walsh.
Yeah, I want to go back to Mac Jones. Is he just playing with a lot more poise?
Well, I think the experience that he got last year was invaluable. I thought he played fairly well when he played last year. The mistakes were just costly, but he learned from them. So, we expect, Mac to develop maturity and confidence. He's very smart. He's bright. He's accurate with the ball, and we've got some good skill guys. So our strength of our team is to be able to utilize those guys. I think we got to get more out of the running game than what we're doing right now. But when teams play us to stop the run, then, we got to try to make big plays. And, Mac's certainly doing a good job of that. So, Mac's playing very well, but that's really what we expect him to do. And I think his poise has been really good so far this year as well.
We'll go to Stephen.
Coach, despite the fact that it may not have been all that pretty to see a young guy like Malachi Moore get an interception at the end, what does that do for his confidence moving forward?
Well, I think that, I played DB, so I know when you get an interception, it really boosts your confidence in a lot of ways. But Malachi was a lot better today. He played a lot better today in terms of everything that he did. And I think that's, young player from week 1 to week 2, seeing the mistakes that he made. And, Malachi is one of those guys that really knows how to learn. He uses all the opportunities when he makes a mistake to learn and understand. And I think he understands the big picture pretty well. So I think getting an interception today was probably big for his confidence.
Okay, we got time for one more with Brett Hudson.
With the performance John Mechie had today, what does that do to opposing defenses to have another proven threat on the field there?
Yeah, well, we've always thought, Jonathan is a real threat. He got the opportunities today. I think you'll see, different guys out of this core of guys, have those opportunities on various days. But he had one other one that we overthrew that would have been another big play. So a very capable guy. He's worked very hard. And I think this is something that's going to really help his confidence, and also something that will help us develop confidence in him with his teammates, which we need as many weapons as we possibly can. So I'm as excited to see him have a great day today, and I think that'll be very good for him from a future standpoint and very good for us.
All right, Coach. Thank you.